have been working from 7 o'clock today to make sure that I have all my papers ready for the procurement that is going to come next. So these papers require a lot of focus, and you need to go to many places around to get them. You need to go online, and it's a pain in the butt. So when you have to go through a new procurement, you have to do all this procedure, and it's really hard. So I've been doing this all morning. My head is going to explode. I really prefer being out in the sun and with the guys rather than doing this. So let's go check what everyone is doing and what the progress of our existing work is. So then we need to go back to the office and check the status on those papers. Just came in to check the progress on our rebuild for the concrete mixer, and so far it seems it's going pretty well. We're fixing the barrel outside. This part was fixed, this was not, so we're grinding down the last part so it's not gonna bring any rust outside, because these barrels are very prone to rust because there's concrete inside, there's moisture, so they rust pretty easily. The guys here are really doing a pretty good job. I told them I don't want something very crazy, I want something that it's gonna work and it's gonna look okay. We don't need anything fancy. However, it seems they're doing a pretty good job. They painted the water barrel yellow, as I tell them, because this was as it was before. And over there we got the 966, which we're still waiting on the transmission to be rebuilt. So pretty much that's it. There's a lot of work to be done still, because we want to make it perfect, because you do this kind of jobs once in a while, maybe once every 5 years or more, once every 7 years. So if you do it, you really want to have something that's going to last, and not something that is not of good quality, because you're not doing this job all the time. So let's see how it turns out in the future. So I just came into the village where we're making the retaining walls project, and it's all peaceful up here. Looks like no one is living here. In fact, everyone must be sleeping or something. There's no life. It's only us that you can hear working. Know what everyone else is doing. The houses seem open. I don't know. So we completed the retaining walls, so we don't need to come up here anymore. And fortunately we took out all our lumber, because some of it was stolen. Yes, our lumber was stolen. Let me show you. This is one of the retaining walls up there. This is where our lumber was, and before we took it, during the weekend we had around probably 200 or 300 euros of lumber stolen. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just, why would you do this? Why? This is our second retaining wall. I just finished measuring it right now, because we need to also get paid. So let's go down to our pipe system construction site and see what everyone is doing. Whoop! Whoop! Eh? Just came in to check in the status of our work, and it's kind of hard today because the weather is not that good. It's almost going to rain. We brought in the concrete, we opened up the sewage system, and we replaced it with new pipes, and it's going well. It was a pretty rough day because some things happened, but I didn't get those on camera because we fixed it quickly. There was some damage on our formation for the concrete while we were putting the pipes on the ground. We fixed that quickly. This was done, and we poured the concrete successfully. We don't have a lot of meters to complete, a lot of meters left to complete, so hopefully tomorrow we're done with this part of the project and we can move on to the next one, because this was very, very tiring. It took a lot of time, but you don't see a lot of completion in these type of work, but actually it is something that will help the village a lot, because this was a really big problem, but now it's fixed. Just arrived at the official JCB dealership, and I'm about to shop some things for the machine. We are doing some maintenance, so I just need to take a little bit of oils, the filters and everything else, the originals, because I always use the originals for this. Into a very, very specific location where the road had a serious problem from the rain, and we were called to fix the problem. We gave them some solutions, so we give them some suggestions, and then they can take the decisions on whether this is a good suggestion or not. So we gave them a suggestion and they agreed on that, and we're gonna go forward with fixing the road. And now I think it's gonna rain later, so hopefully we're gonna have time to fix that, because if it rains it's not gonna be good for the road. This was a very old road. This is an old village. Up here we are one of the oldest villages in Greece, so we need to fix that without causing much trouble, and we need to make sure that all the cars can pass, because this is the only road that the village has. We need to make sure this is safe. Alright, so I'm on my way right now to go check out one of the projects that we are having, the one at the village. They're supposed to pour the concrete today, so I'm gonna check out and go take some measurements, do all the paperwork that is required so that we can get paid, which is important. Holiday, we need to go pick up a truck that we left out in a project. It's loaded with lumber. We need to take that back to our storage unit and unload the lumber. So unfortunately I have to wake up early, and you gotta do what you gotta do. So let's go up there, pick it up, come back, and then we can take a rest. To do today before going back home, and it's to put the batteries back in our truck. The batteries are charged and I just need to put them back and start the truck to make sure everything is working properly, because it is going on work on Friday again. Tomorrow is a day off. This is the 1st of May, so we're not working, no one is working, but everything needs to be done and finished for Friday so we don't have this in front of us. I just started the truck after a really long time, but it seems it's working properly. What I need to do tomorrow is I need to wash it thoroughly on the right side, because this was the side that it stayed inside the mud and there's a lot of mud underneath, so we need to fix that. I need to check a few other things. Right over here the hydraulics are leaking, so we probably need to lift the door, take the hydraulics out and see if we can repair them, because usually they tend to leak, and after that we're gonna be pretty much okay, and we will just check what else this truck wants so I can go to work on Monday. I am revisiting today an old project that we had stopped due to bureaucracy. The government wasn't funding this project till now. They asked us to come back and check it out. We brought in the excavator and the truck, and we're helping out the guys do their job. Let's go check it out. Everything on time and perfect. They don't need any guidance from me or any they didn't have any questions, so they're good to go. They know what to do. I gave them the plans already. They are following it perfectly, and we're going to be done on time with this project, because this is something we don't like doing up here. It is very far and it's not a really good job. It is in the sun, and when the summer hits, it's going to be a hard job. So we need to do it fast and finish it very soon, because we're very exposed to the sun and it's going to be very hard as the time goes by.